Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're on week 3. Can you believe it?
Week 3.
That's special. That's been
3 weeks.
You know, and it's funny. Our views keep going up and up. You know,
Yeah.
And they do like a projector where it tells you like how many people are gonna watch it next, and it's like it's a pretty big number. You know.
Wait, you see they projected?
Yeah, they project like your
Really?
next. Yeah, and we're
Like
making
they're like, keep it up.
keep it up. Yeah, it's almost like a nice little goal.
Sure.
You know? Let's get right to it.
Get right to it.
We've had a pretty eventful.
It's been nonstop.
Yeah, it's been, and we're delayed a day because I'm sorry to all the listeners out there.
All of the ones that are projected to listen.
We've been super busy.
Well, here's the thing. My bridal shower was this weekend, which was incredible. Your mom and sister and dad really threw me the best bridal shower of all time.
You did a great job.
So my family came into town Thursday night. They stayed with us all weekend, which was amazing, but hosting is a lot. And then we lost our dog. Our dog passed away on Sunday.
So this is in memory of Curly.
This is in memory of Curly. I can't even talk about it. I'll start to cry. That happened yesterday, which was so Curly to be like, oh, is this a big weekend for you? Because I'm actually going to make it my grand finale. And then today I started a brand new job. So it's been like non-freaking stop.
If Curly, if you're listening, because he's like that type of dog that will like, he's gonna come back as like a superhero or something like that. Like
He's
a boss.
going to come back
You
as
know
like
what I
a
mean?
bull. Yeah.
Like a boss, though.
So basically, when I met Eddie, I had two dogs.
Let's shout out that foundation, or your what is it?
The rescue?
The rescue, yeah.
Well, okay, the person that I rescued Curly from, she was kind of crazy.
Oh.
So I never went back to her. And the fact that I even got, like, everything was so disorganized, but I was so thankful to have Curly. But I will shout out Camp Cocker. They were the best rescue. That's where I got Gus from. That's where I would get any more Cocker Spaniels or Cocker Spaniel mixes. They were amazing. But I had 2 dogs when I met Eddie. Curly was this like angry, grumpy dog.
He's very much like a stay off my lawn type of guy.
Oh my gosh, like mean,
but like
aggressive.
But to his core, he's like a softie.
Total softie. He's like totally that kid that's like mean, and you're like, that's just because he's like.
But he's also that kid on the playground that it's my ball. Like, I'm leaving with my ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you guys have to stop playing baseball because I'm leaving and that's my ball.
Exactly. And the bat and the gloves are all mine, and I'm taking them all.
Yeah.
You know?
Meanwhile, Gus, my other dog, is the sweetest dog on earth. He's the person who would probably come and buy 200 baseballs to bring to everybody because he loves everybody. And he's like.
And doesn't, yeah. And his last $200 to spend.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's the nicest dog ever. And so
Curly was like a tough fella. Like, I remember when I first came, he was like, "Fuck you, dude. I don't know who the hell you are."
Yeah.
Like, and that's just like when you were like dating and stuff like that, right? He goes like you're gonna be out of here in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah.
And finally, like, I remember the day he like put all his body weight on me. That's like Curly to a core, right? He puts his all body weight on you. And then one morning I woke up with him literally on my pillow, and I think I told you, I was like, oh, like, I made it. Like, it's like,
yeah.
I cracked his code. And then ever since then, like, it's just been, he's like a lover, and then I would see him, and then I'd give him a hug.
Mm-hmm.
We'd never let you pet him. He would let me pet his face, and then I got to his, like, almost like petting under his mouth, which I would have never done before.
Yeah.
And we ended up being good buddies, I think. We ended up snuggling every morning, and
he was very loving towards the end. I think he knew.
Loving.
He was like I would wake up with his like face on my face, which really wasn't his whole thing. And I think he was saying goodbye.
He was.
So
and we took him to the beach.
We took him to the beach on his last day. I had him for 6 years. He was 14 when he died. And I feel like I can safely say Curly died of old age, which is all you can ask for a dog.
And he was great. You gave him a great life, and he loved backyards. He loved roaming.
Hated being on leash.
He thought he was Zoe that didn't need to be on leash. Because his legs worked in my parents' backyard and at the beach, but nowhere else. It was like, And now we got Gus. Gus is, and we got Zoe. So it's all good.
We're good.
We're good.
We're sad, but
Curly, if you're listening to this is for you, buddy.
We love you, Curly.
We love you. So let's talk a little bit about the bridal shower. Like, that was so. It was fun. What did you think?
It was so much fun. Your mom and sister took it so seriously, as they should, but they were like leading up to it so excited. They were so nervous that I wasn't going to like things, and it was just like incredible. I mean, I walked in, it was like they had all of these high top tables, and It was so beautiful. Your brother was a bartender for everybody. They had people come in who made fresh pupusas.
You had a piñata?
We had a piñata.
There
was like,
by Ed?
We had your ice cream truck there. It was incredible.
I know. And you know, it's so funny about that is we talked a little bit about like the cultural differences, right? Which we'll talk a lot about that on this show. And parties like in the Latino community don't move along very fast. And it's very funny because like we'll have listeners that are probably chime in about this. Like Latino parties go on, like if they start at like 2.
They don't actually start at 2.
They don't actually start at 2. And they also go on till like 9, 10, 11. It was a Saturday, so that could go all night, right? Depending on the booze situation and the music situation. And like other cultures, they're out of there by 4. Like the party starts at 2.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. I mean, the party started at 2. That's what it said on the invitation. It said 2:00. And it didn't have an end time. But I knew that my friends were expecting to spend 2 to 3 hours there. From 2 to 4, 2 to 5. That's what they were expecting.
Right.
Your family just doesn't, they don't have end times. They also barely have a start time. So it's like 2:00 hits and I show up and a bunch of my friends show up and they're still sort of setting up. Like they're not quite ready.
Well, you know, there's like all those TikToks and like sayings like, if you show up on time, you're going to help set up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's truly what it was.
Yeah.
And then when we like kicked off, it was like 3:34-ish and we still hadn't even started the pupusas yet. And I really wanted people to try everything, to try the pupusas, to try the ice cream. And so I started to be like, I
remember I was inside. I had just got there because I wasn't supposed to be there. But then I showed up and then you came up to my mom and you're like, can we start the pupusas?
I was like, because I was like, when are we going to start the pupusas? She's like, I don't know, like a little bit later. And I'm like, can we start them right now? Because people are going to leave. Like I wanted the pupusas to start because I wanted them to try it.
That was the first time I think my mom has held a non-Latino party. Like to her, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
Where it's like, no, the party starts at 2. We'll probably eat at like 5. And then the ice cream will be at like 6. And then we'll do the piñata. It's like a progressing thing, you know?
By the time and then I did the same with you where I was like, I need you to start doing ice cream.
Yeah.
Because even like one of my friends, Ebru, was like, hey, I have to run, but I was so excited to try Eddie's ice cream. And I was like, Eddie, open the truck. We're starting it. I was like, people are already heading out. Like, we got to start things. And you guys were like, what the heck? We were going to start dessert at 10 p.m. Like, it was not the same vibe.
But it's fun. It's funny how like two cultures clash in that sense.
Right.
Not clash, but it was like the first time my mom's ever held a party like in that sense. Where it's like,
well,
like almost like a timeline, you know?
It's absolutely, well, yeah, I think it was great. I mean, we're all becoming bilingual in both cultures.
Which is great because like I've gone to parties where you're like, oh, we'll just pop in for an hour. And I've never popped into a party for an hour.
But like, you also love that sometimes. Like you think that's awesome.
I love that culture. Like I'm very much, if anybody's listening that we've gone to your parties, like I love your parties, but like.
You're ready to come home.
I'm ready to come home. Like already like.
Me too. All of my friends, I get that they were like gonna bounce by 5. I totally get that. I'm like, go home, put your pajamas on, lay in bed. Like it's a Saturday. You're not gonna do anything else. Like I totally understood that.
Yeah, but I didn't get to that until like I met you, I'm like, this is an option. This is fucking great.
Yeah, I've learned through dating you that any Latino party, you can't have plans after the party.
No, and that's
you can't have errands to run after the party or like Amanda was like, I gotta run, I have a dinner. Like I know never to schedule a dinner after any sort of party of yours, but that's just not the way that we roll.
No, you're 100% right. No,
yeah.
And it's really funny because we like had like a little we talked at the end of the night, you know, me and you like talking about like how it went and it was funny because I told you like I don't think my mom has ever held a structured party like that. You know what I mean? It's almost like, oh no, we'll get to it. You just gotta hold on. You know? But no, that's funny. Let's get to the reason why a lot of people are here. Like, we got some questions.
We have questions. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, we've got questions.
We have 3 questions.
We've got 3 questions that you
guys.
This was fun. This is like the pod. Like, this is why.
We are so excited. Thank you so much for sending in questions.
Thank you so much.
We could yap about anything, but we love a question.
So I think the first one, you told me the first one.
No, I'm ready. I'm going to say it to you right now.
Okay, go. Let's go. Let's hear
Question.
it. So what are we going to call this? We love love.
We love, but we also love other things because you can email us about anything. So welcome to We love love and other things.
And sorry if I start sweating. I played a late game of pickleball and I just took a quick shower. But if I start sweating, I'm still
Welcome to my life.
My body's still like cooling off.
Your body will be cooling off for the next 24 hours. Let's be for real.
You're not wrong.
Question. Thoughts on couples drifting away from their single friends since they can't go on double dates with them?
Wow, that's a interesting question because I feel like that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like I was talking to somebody about this recently. Love is like a very strong drug, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So like
really interesting.
So like
really
when you get in love, like it's almost like you get blinders on because you're so in love with that person. You almost like lose track of what's going on. Like you're on a high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't know. Like I don't know if that person that's falling in love is like to blame, you know, because you're so in love with that other person that you almost like forget about what's going on the outside.
Yeah. It's called like getting boyfriend sickness when it's like you get with a boyfriend and then you just like forget about your friends for a bit. And I think we can all like forgive people for a bit of that. Where like literally your sister just told me this. Sorry if I'm airing it out. But your sister was like, my friend just like she kind of bailed on me for a while because she got a boyfriend and now she's coming back around. And I was like, oh, did they break up? She's like, no, they're still together. I was like, oh, okay. She's just like coming out of the fog of that new relationship. She's like, what do you think I should do? I was like, welcome her back with open arms. Like that's
what I'm saying.
That just happens. But I think that I saw this TikTok today. It was Julia Yorks, who is a screenwriter, who I adore. I've never met her in person or even online, but I really like her. And she is going through a divorce. She's like 37. And she said what she really noticed is that a lot of her friends are in relationships and getting married and having kids, and their worlds are getting smaller because they're like settling down and settling in. And she's like, and now that I'm divorced, like my world is getting bigger because I'm like going to meet all these people and go out and like experience these new things. And like she's not and I think that's like the perfect way to describe it, because I think that you and I have talked about this in the past 2 years of being together. Our world has gotten smaller. Like we just hang out with each other. Like we go to dinner and then come home and go to sleep. Like there's no like going out or like trying a bunch of new things. And so I think the
older you get, you start doing a lot of the same shit over and over again.
I agree, but I could see how, and because I've been the single girl for most of my adult life. I was the single girl. I was.
I'm not. Who said anything?
But why did you make that face?
Because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like, just keep going.
I what?
But I feel like you always had boyfriends, no?
No, I was dating.
Okay.
I was dating a lot.
Yeah.
Or I had like, whatever. But I was never married. Anyways, I've been the single girl a lot. And I remember being like, I love hanging out with my married friends, but like having single friends was so important. Like also just to not make you feel like a freak. Like not to, like, because all of my girlfriends from college all married the boyfriends from college. And I was like one of the only single ones. And I was like, makes me feel like something's wrong with me that I didn't marry someone from college. And it was like so important.
You have a very unique situation though. Like I think
with
like your LMU girls, like that's actually that's like awesome.
It's
like,
crazy.
Like all of those girls, shout out, Kira, Nicole.
Katie.
Yeah, they all like great husbands too. Like
great husbands, but their husbands are best friends and they're best friends. But it was always
I had never heard like coming into this friend group, like I was like, oh wait, you guys all went to LMU? Yeah, like same time, like the party. And I think that's a cool connection. Like I think it works out for the guys and it works out for the girls. You know what I mean?
It does, but being the single girl,
for sure.
It was really hard because you'd bring a guy in and he's always going to be the new guy because these guys had 10 plus years of friendship. And it's like, he's never going to be one of them,
Yeah, but if they're those guys are guys.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, they're guys.
But I'm just saying that like, I think that like her question, thoughts on like couples drifting away from their single friends. I think honestly, as a single person, sometimes it's like you got to drift from your couple friends just to feel like normal and like you have something in common with people.
You almost got to give them like a little bit of a break too, because they're so in love. Like I'm talking, like it's like a drug, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, damn, this person's so great. And then when the dust settles, and it all like, they start farting around you, they start pooping in front of you, and it's like, then they're like, oh, where's Monica?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember when my girlfriend, who I'm going to talk about, has a new boyfriend, and when she was like, oh, I just am like obsessed with him. And I was like, you are in the moment where like his farts don't stink to you. Like that is such a fun moment of relationship.
That's what I'm saying, but you can't blame her.
And then his farts start to stink, and that's when you call your friends back and you're like, I'm so sorry.
And then that single friend is so pissed because you haven't called her in 6 months.
Well, but I'm saying I don't think the single friend should be pissed. I think that
that's what I'm saying. I think
she should be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this to you later on in our life.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it'll all even out at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that hurts being the single friend where you're like, fuck, I lost my girlfriend. But also like, they're going to be in love at some point, and that might happen to you too, you know?
You know what? Friendships
I think it's easier said than done too. Like, I think it's easier said that like, no, that's not going to be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But love is a very, it's a strong thing. It is strong, you know? So what is our conclusion then? She'll come around. I think give her some time, and, you know.
Well, I don't know. She didn't indicate if she was the couple or the single.
Okay.
But I guess
we don't know.
I also think truly, I think friendships have ebbs and flows.
Right.
You know, like you just, I think, and you also don't know where you're going to be. I mean, I've been a bridesmaid in weddings that now they're divorced, and I have single girlfriends who are bridesmaids in my wedding. And I always felt like, oh my God, you're getting married so much more before me. And I'm so behind. And now they're divorced and my bridesmaid. And it's like, we are just still like friendship has no ties to what position in life you're in.
You know, like sports, I always tie things back to sports. You know?
Yeah, and
like
no one's gonna understand this.
No, but they always say like with like referees with like bad calls, you know, they always even out at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? It always ends up being like a makeup call, or you know what I mean? It always just ends up.
But I think give both the friends grace. Give the couple friends grace if they start to like drift away for a minute and just get insular, because they'll come back, and give your single friends grace if they need to go be with single friends, because being around you kind of makes them feel bad.
Right. There we go.
There we go.
Love's love.
Love is love. We love love and other things. Okay. Second podcast question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi, Caroline and Caroline's fiance. That's you. Love the podcast. You two are very fun to listen to. My question is, how do I get my brother to fix his attitude and stay out of my business if he has nothing nice to say? He's always rude to me for no reason, and he's so problematic.
Wait, is that my sister? Write that in?
It's anonymous.
So it probably might be. It depends if it's like an older brother. Like, I'm kidding. So here's my thing. Being an older brother and being like having a younger sister, I'm just gonna relate this to like that was shot at me.
Okay, sure.
So here's my thing. Here's my take on that. I'm an older brother. I'm a very protective older brother too, you know? And I've been through it a little bit. You know, I was that guy for a while. I was a tool.
What's that guy?
I was like a tool.
You were the bad boy.
I was a bad boy, you know?
You were the fuck boy.
I was a fuck boy. Okay.
We know.
And I know fuck boy activity. You know what I mean? I could, like, it's like, you know when Matthew Stafford reads a defense, he's seen this before. He sees, oh, you're going to play cover 2 right now? And you know what I mean? Like, I've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you're saying as a fuckboy, I know the scent of a fellow fuckboy.
Exactly. Like, I know the moves you're making. Like, I know how you talk to somebody. You could kind of see it. You know what I mean? Like, you see it from a mile away. If you see a good guy that you're like, man, and, you know, she's had some friends that were boys that were, I was like, oh, man, this is great.
This is anonymous. Don't make it about your sister.
But it sounds like Chelsea sent that.
No.
But it also depends. I think they're protecting you. They don't want to see you get hurt. I think that's the biggest thing.
So what I'm hearing is that you wouldn't let your daughter date you.
No, now I think in my college,
you'll let me date you?
No, in my college years I wouldn't. But I turned into a great human. You know, I turned into a great guy. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But I think everybody has that era of being a little bit of a fuckboy. You got to get that fuckboy out of you to turn into like a good guy. You know what I mean?
Do you?
100%.
I don't know. I don't know if Obama was ever a fuckboy.
Are you kidding me? Swagger he walks with? Dude, that guy, oh, come on.
No, that's the swagger of a man who knows he never fucked a girl over.
I promise you Obama's got some skeletons in the closet.
I don't think so.
No. You got to go through... We've talked about that with like some of your friends. Like, you got to get that era out. You know, you got to get those one night stands out. You got to get that.
Okay, so let's get back to the question.
Yeah.
How do you fix a brother's attitude?
Brothers' attitudes are tough. Like, it is. Like, I'm going to be so for real.
You're giving no good advice here.
It's
to
tough.
our anonymous.
If he's younger or older, like the older brother's just trying to protect you, I think.
Yeah, but don't you think that they should just like mind their own beeswax?
Yeah, but it's tough to see like somebody you love get hurt. I think that's like the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, and I talked to my therapist about this a lot. You can't be Superman. You almost got to let somebody go through it, you know? You can't be a shield.
Of course.
You can't be a protector.
You have to let them learn.
You have to let them learn on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think if you're a younger sibling or older brother, I think he's doing it out of like love for you.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like to see, like, you don't want to see your sister hurt. You know what I mean? I think that's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I think you've got a different view on it.
No, it's very hard for me to answer this question because I don't have brothers.
Yeah.
I only have an older sister, and sister relationships are very different. I mean, we're pretty in each other's business, but it's because we want each other to be in each other's business, you know? And she's not like overprotective. Like, she's protective, but she's not like...
Lauren would throw down.
She would, but she wouldn't get mad at me.
Right.
The way that you will get mad at your sister.
I don't say it's mad. It's more of like a, God, don't do it. You're so much better. You know what I mean?
Well, that's sweet.
You know what I mean? Like it's like you're like seeing her.
Just so you know, that's not the way it comes out. I've been there.
No, I know, but there's a lot of things that I do that don't come out the way I want them to come out. Right, you know what I mean? There's a lot of that. You know, I break paddles and I'm a little bit of a hothead. You know,
a little bit. You're a hothead.
No, I used to be.
I was talking about because you were so sad about Curly this weekend, as we all were. And I described to you this weekend as I said, Eddie is whatever emotion he's feeling, it's 100%.
Oh.
It is sadness, 100%. Joy, 100%. Anger, 100%. Everything is 100%.
I wear my emotions on my sleeve. You know what I mean? Like I don't hide anything.
It's in the fucking palm of the hand. It is like out there. And it's great. And it's so lovely until you're like seeing red. And I just want to like, you become the little guy from Inside Out. That's a great movie, by the way. I love that movie. That's a great movie. Okay. But that's what I think about the brother though. Like I think if the brothers are, I think they're trying to protect you. And it's coming from a good place. You know, sometimes brothers they can't communicate that well. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's out of love and out of like protecting. They don't want to see you get hurt. You know what I mean? But that's the only way I know about it. But if he's being being annoying about it, I think that's a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yeah. Judging by the email this came from, I do think that... It was Chelsea? We answered it correctly. We answered it correctly? So it was Chelsea. Okay. Here's another one. Ready? Yeah. Someone said, hi, new listener. I just found Caroline's IG page where she was talking about Mr. Garcia, your dad, having a guy and being the guy. I just spent my last 2 lunch breaks watching all of Caroline's TikToks. The beef with the 9-year-old is the best. So my question is there any discussion that's off limits that's not shared with both of your in-laws? Can you summarize that question for me? The number one is I'm great. I think that is just the beginning of the email. Caroline, you're hilarious. I think they talked about like my parents, didn't they? No, they talked about how great my TikToks were. Well, that's good. Thank you. 50,000 this week. Thank you. And then the second part of the question was, is there any topic that we don't talk to our in-laws about? Both sides. My parents or your parents? We have boundaries. Yeah. We have our boundaries that I think me and you, we have come to a conclusion that what happens in this house stays in this house. Yeah, any fights we get into, we do not bring our families into. We don't bring friends or anybody. Yeah, that was a big thing that I always thought I didn't want that, like to not talk to other people about fights. Right. But then I realized in past relationships, when you go to your friends about every fight that you're having with your partner, that's all they hear about. Because I don't go back and say, oh yeah, by the way, we made up and now we're having great days. All they hear about is when I'm like, oh, I'm getting a FaceTime from your sister, unfortunately. That's probably her. Just, you don't have to pick it up. We'll call her back. I'm just going to tell her we're on the pod. Hey, can't talk, doing the podcast. Got it. Bye. Anyways, so I think that, so we don't share when we get into fights. I think that's the biggest, you call them fights, I call them just misunderstandings. We'll be like full fighting and Eddie. You're not. And I'm like, this fight. They're not even fights. And he's like, this is not a fight. This is, you just say like disagreement. They are disagreements. We're like fighting about bread. And you think it's like. But it's a fight. No, it's not. You say we're just fighting. See, you know. No, it's not. But so like growing up in my house, my mom always, like, my parents always said, whatever happens between these 4 walls stays in these 4 walls, and, like, we don't take it out. You know what I mean? It's no one else's business. Yeah. And I think that is something that I've, like to carry it on into, like, my family, you know? So I think when we talk about
and it's got, like, just to be fully transparent on this pod, it's got me in trouble. That has got me in trouble in the past, right? But yeah, I think that's probably the thing that's off limit. We kind of talk to our parents about everything, right? Even like your mom.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if we like want a decision to be made, we try to make it between the two of us because our parents do have opinions.
Right.
And I think that we're like, let's make sure, but they both are kind of like, you make your own decisions.
Yeah.
They're not too prying. I don't know, we're really lucky. We both have like really lovely parents.
Yeah,
and
that support kind of all the decisions we've made.
Yeah, and also I feel the need to say, don't bring people into the fights of the relationship, but there's we don't have this problem, but there's a point of like abuse or, like there's stuff where
that's
it's
like, a whole,
like
now that's a fight.
Like that's a fight.
You see what I mean?
That's something that you need to bring your family in or tell your friends or like that's something. But if it's like we're fighting because
whatever reason
he played pickleball for too long, like
are you trying to tell me something there?
Yeah, you played pickleball too long. I don't need to call my mom and be like, "Can you believe you played pickleball too long?"
Yeah, I think there's certain things like you said. That's probably it though, because for the most part we're pretty transparent. I think
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think just like things that like me and you need to handle. Like I know, like we're talking like money. Like we're combining our money now. Like that was something that your mom and my parents were like, yeah. I mean, like my parents do it the old school way. I know your mom and Pete don't. I mean, we don't have to disclose that, but you know what I mean. People do it different ways, and we just ask them advice. Like we're looking into this house, we ask them like, hey, what do you think? Right, like things like that. For the most part, we're very transparent with our parents. I would say.
Yeah.
But that the only thing that's kind of off limits is like what happens between me and you. I think that's kind of we don't air that out.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's our issue.
It's our issue. Would you say that's
it's
about
usually
it?
A you issue.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. You know what they always say? When you point one finger, there's three more pointing at you.
I'm not pointing any fingers.
But that's what you basically did. You pointed your finger basically, but with words.
You know what you used to say a lot when you point one finger for pointing back at you?
That's why I point like that.
I always say it doesn't make any sense because, my thumb isn't coming back.
That's why I always point like this. You would have problem. But yeah, no, I think those are fun.
Those are great. We loved those questions. We love and everything else.
Can we know where they're from? Did they say where they're from? Or
They didn't want to be disclosed.
They wanted to be disclosed. Okay, that's fair. Thank you guys for listening, by the way.
Thank you so much.
This is so great.
Please send us more questions.
Please send us more questions. This week we've got, I think next week's episode is going to be delayed too because we're going to be out of town, I think.
No, not next week.
Are we not?
Why?
Aren't we going up to the Springs?
Oh.
And I want to play golf on Monday too. I didn't tell you that.
You're telling the pod before you tell me.
Well, I was like, yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I want to go play golf. I want to play golf.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the podcast is going to be delayed because Eddie has to play golf.
No, because we're going to go visit your mom. Thank you guys so much for listening. Week 3, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Thank you guys all. Follow us. Don't forget to follow us. We've hit 50,000 on TikTok. Thank you guys for all the support and love.
And in loving memory of Curly.
And this is Curly. If you're listening, it's for you, Bubba.
We love you.
We'll see you guys next week.